Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here in the lovely world of raccoons with me, Vanillaraccoon. Heyo! And in this episode, you guys, well, actually, this is not just another episode. This is, in fact, the 100th episode for this single-player Let's Play series. Woo! Thank yous all ever so much for your continuous support on this series. I know it's actually almost a whole year now since I started this series, so here is to hopefully another year of some magical, derpy, amazing building times and adventures here. And also, here is to another 100 episodes. Now, normally when people reach the 100th, 200th, 300th episode of a series, they tend to do something rather fancy and spectacular, but me, well, oh, that's an armor stand. Well, I don't think I'm really going to be doing anything too fancy for this because to me, it's just another episode, really. I'm not one to celebrate things in real life. I don't really celebrate my own birthday. I don't celebrate holidays. Of course, I celebrate other people's birthdays and such because I'm happy for them for leveling up once more. But for me, nah. So, moving on to what we're going to be doing in this episode it's actually something I mentioned in the previous LP. I was about to say in the previous DVLP. Oh man, I have an amazing. The next DVLP is going to be pretty interesting. So keep your eyes out for that one if you're a fan of that Minecraft LP series here on this channel. But I digress once again. So what we're going to be doing in this episode is something that I had mentioned in the previous LP, and that is we are going to be going over into the end that way. Oh, look at that bookshelf. That looks like a skull. Oh, that looks so cool. It looks like a skull. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a skull, but Germ, if you're watching this, this looks like a skull. A skull. Blech, that looks cool. So we're going to be going over into the end, and that is because with a new update, one or few things are bound to break, and I heard some things about Ender 2.0, 3.0, whatever the latest version that is currently being run, whatever is currently running out there. The Ender farms have been broken, or they just need a few tweaks and modifications done to them. So I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I want to go ahead and I want to stretch my legs. I want to get some fresh air. Oh, that looks so cool from this point of view. Once you walk out of the new Vanillaraccoon signature starter house and you walk down this pathway, you just see that. That looks so cool. Although the chorus fruit, the chorus flower, the chorus trees, whatever those things are called, I don't think I'm a fan of them being around, so I may have to wander over and take them down. But I want to go ahead. I want to stretch my legs, get some more fresh air, and I want to make my way over into the end, and we'll see what exactly has to be tweaked and modified. Boy, is it cold outside. In the previous segment, when I had said that I was going to go ahead and stretch my legs and get some fresh air, I meant that as in I was going to make my way over here to the Enderman Farm, but also I went ahead and took my dog out for a walk, and like I said, boy, is it cold outside. So let's go ahead and take a look at what has been done here. Oh my days, peeps, this is why you should always back up your single player world or the server that you are playing on before you go ahead and update, because if you do, then your cobble slabs are gonna disappear. No, I'm just kidding, everyone. Late last night, the 20th of November 2016, I was beginning to work on tweaking this Enderman farm. However, a few things had a few issues had arose. That's not the right way to say it. A few issues had come about. There we go. And I decided to just scratch the recording session that I did last night and start over today, the 21st of November 2016. And yeah, so basically what I did yesterday was I ripped up the cobblestone floor, and then up here I was reducing the height in which the platform was going to be at. However, and this is me going to be telling on myself because I do my best to keep it a bean with you all. I'm also wearing a pumpkin, so that's why I'm able to stare at purple eyes and not piss them off from doing so. You guys are beautiful, okay? Just know when I stare at you, I'm admiring your... Oh, hello there. Geez, that's not creepy at all. Let's just go ahead and take a screenshot of that because that seems a little screenshot worthy. Okay, so when I was lowering the height in which the platform was going to be at, I hopped into game mode 1 to give myself an endermite egg, and that is because when I was reducing the height, I accidentally killed my original endermite, and I did not feel like sitting through the whole process of casting ender pearls until an endermite would spawn. So that's when I then was like, well, these endermen are not attacking the endermite that I spawned in via an endermite egg, so what gives? And then after doing some research, I found out that endermen will attack an endermite so long as they are spawned in via an ender pearl. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm done for the day. I'm done for the night. In a sense, this whole day was wasted when it comes to trying to record a video and get the job done and over with. But then again, I did learn one or two things at the least, so I guess I can't really say that this day was a waste. But I'm up here because I'm going to begin to resolve one of my issues that I had, and that is these trapdoors are not really supposed to be where they are currently at. They are supposed to be... Can we go ahead and do this real quick? Hold on a second. 1, 2, and 3. They are supposed to be right there. And then all I have to do now is repeat that same thing for the other 3 sections of this chute. And then I'm going to begin to try and get an endermite here. And then afterwards, once I've trapped it, I will then begin to build the platform. And then that should ideally be it for reconstructing and I guess in a sense renovating this Enderman farm. So let me go ahead and get to work now, and I'll see you guys in a moment. I must say, now that I've gutted the whole thing pretty much, and sitting here in the pit looking up, this looks a little hypnotic, or maybe it's just me being a little bit tired still, even though I've been awake for quite some time now. So here's the plan, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to now lay down my cobble slabs. Can I please lay down a cobble slab? There we go. Thank you very much. And I'm just going to go ahead and do something like this. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to begin to fill in the walls. Oops, let's try and not drown ourselves here. And this is going to be a little bit tricky because what I'm going to do my best to do is actually, you know what, let's just go ahead and stop this water from flowing in now. And then if we need to lower the ceiling, then we can at any point, okay? Water, are you done? There we go. So now we're going to have to fill in the walls like this. And this is something that I'm going to do for temporary right now. I'm probably going to have to remodify the interior design and the interior of this room area. But essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep these fence gates here. Oh, hello there, ladders and blocks. I could always use a few more ladders and blocks. But like what I was saying, so I want to keep these fence posts and fence gates here, so that way I can just easily walk in, pretend this acts as a sword, okay? I can just simply walk in and then swoop, swoop, swoop. Now, one thing I want to do that I had not done in the previous version was creating it so I could stand here in this little entry, in this little doorway like shape, and then just swoop and not really be able to piss off anyone while doing so. So that way then, because Endermen are 3 blocks tall and this space right here is only 2 blocks tall, they won't be able to actually step down from the cobble slab that we have here and then hurt me to a certain massive degree. But now that I went ahead and did that, I think now what I have to go and do is, well, I could do this in several different ways, alright? What I could do is, let's just go ahead and, can I please begin to lay down the ladders here? It's not the law, so I think it should be fairly easy for me to lay down a ladder. Please, can I lay down one ladder? Jeez, game. Okay, so let me just go ahead and stop right here. And I want this from the base, from where those slabs are at. I want it to go a total of 25 blocks up. Because if I also remember correctly, Zloy XP had mentioned something when Page of Masis, and I were constructing one of these bad boys over on the wonderful DV server. He said that Enderman will only attack an Endermite if the player is between 20 and 30 blocks away. Now, originally, for an Enderman to fall and be in land with only half a heart or be one hit kill type of deal, he would have to fall like 43 blocks, I think. But at this point, I'm not really too concerned about how many times I would have to swipe my sword at an Enderman in order to kill it. I just want to get this thing working so then I can have another Enderman Farm, so that way when it comes to repair my tools, armor, and anything else that has mending on it, I'll be able to do so. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to begin to... Oh, let's not ride the waves in this case and go into the void. So at this point now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to begin to do something like this, where I guess I'll use whole blocks here. Now, I'm going to go from here, 1, 2, 3, and on the third block up, just create a horizontal bar like this, and then I'm going to repeat this pattern going up again from there. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, and on the third block place another horizontal bar. That way we don't have any Endermen spawning here. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get to work on that, and then probably spawn in the Endermite, trap him in the cart, and then do all that grimy work off camera. And then when we bring it back, we'll then begin to establish the platform and have a bit of a chit chat, because I have something that I would like to ask you guys about for your honest opinions, thoughts, and such. Well, the Endermite has been spawned in via an Ender Pearl, and I did think about spawning him in via an Ender Pearl on camera, just to prove to use all, in case anyone were to doubt me that I did so otherwise. But I died, I think, 1 or 2 times, and then I accidentally killed an Endermite, so I had to go through a handful of Ender Pearls again just to get another Endermite. But he's right there, he's in the chest. Now, this low cobble slab is... hold on a second. Let me go ahead and undo theater mode. So this is going to be 1 and then 2. Yeah, so this low cobble slab is 3 blocks up, but on the lower half of the third block space. And considering Endermen are... Oh no! Oh jeez, I thought I was going to fall to my death there. And I'm not wearing my diamond boots because the pair that I have on me happens to have Frostwalker. So I think right before, like a millisecond before I would even land in the water, it would turn into ice, and I would probably take damage, if not die. So, like what I was saying, since the Endermen are 3 blocks tall, I thought I would go ahead and place a low cobble slab on the third block space, so that way then the Endermite is pretty much in the Enderman's line of sight. So now what I have to do, and it's probably not, actually no, it probably won't take that long, is I just have to... Oops, that actually was in the correct spot. So I'm just going to go ahead and begin to build my platform, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, and then just to help indicate that this is a total of 10 blocks going out, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and on the third block, just place down a torch, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, yep, there we go. And so now I've seen in a couple people's videos that they went ahead and made a half of a circle for their platform, and then I went ahead and saw other people create a platform that was in the shape of a rhombus even, or even something as simple as a square. So I think what I'm gonna do here is I think I'm gonna go ahead and create half of a rhombus, not half of a circle and not a complete rhombus, but I'm gonna create half of a rhombus. That way I can go ahead and see how that works, and if Endermen begin to spawn, then I'm gonna then sit around and watch as to how many Endermen will spawn within, say, 5 minutes, just so then I can get some statistics going and figure out how I could then make it more efficient. But if no Endermen happen to spawn, then I'm gonna be more sad. So I am gonna go ahead and begin to lay down a block or two, and then when I bring it back, hopefully we will have some statistics. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And we'll see if this will work in 1.11. I reckon that I don't have to say it, but I'm going to anyways, and that is because in the event that you don't have your glasses adjusted, or maybe your head is turned away from the screen, there are a ton of Endermen in the pit before us, which must mean that this Enderman farm is fully operational. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the platform that we have just up above, and as you can tell, it is half of a rhombus. I thought about creating half of a circle, however, I quickly realized that that would take up a lot of time and quite a lot of resources. And although in this lovely world of raccoons, I seem to be hoarding just about every single resource, endstone blocks, and endstone bricks are not one of the resources that I have accumulated a great number of. Now let's go ahead and take a step back, because at this point now I want to be asking you the quote-unquote question comment of the day, and that is, of all the mob farms that are in this game, which are your favorite and why? Is it a zombie grinder? Is it a skeleton grinder? Is it a blaze farm? Is it an Enderman farm? Is it even something like a sheep farm? A lossless cooked chicken farm? What is it? It could be for hostile or passive or even neutral mobs. Now, what the idea of this is that if you provide an explanation along with your choice of mob farm that is your favorite, then what I will go ahead and do is later on, not in the next LP, but in a future LP that I'll say is within the next week or so, I will go ahead and begin to create a new mob farm of the one that you chose, and then I'm going to dedicate it to you. Now, in the event that you play Minecraft on the PC / Windows 10 edition, then what I will do is I will go ahead, and if you provide your in-game name, then I will take your player head and prop it on an armor stand, so that way not only will your name be on a sign that designates that mob farm as yours, but also you will be there with your mob farm. And then also, in the event you download the next world download when it comes out, then you'll be able to go there and say, hey, this is my player head on an armor stand right next to my mob farm. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this episode. So once again, if you provide in the comment section which mob farm is your favorite and as to why, then you have a chance of having your player head in this world on an armor stand right next to a mob farm that will be dedicated to you. So with that being said, you guys, thank you all ever so much for tuning in, and remember, if you like what you see, then please give that like button a hug and subscribe for the latest buzz. And if you had a blast with a good laugh, then make sure you favorite this video and share with a friend or two. But until next time, peeps, this is Vanillaraccoon. Peace out.